All right, welcome in, everybody. We're diving into love languages today.
Love languages.
Which, if
Yeah.
you've been in like any kind of relationship for any amount of time, you've probably heard of these things.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
5 categories. Right.
Right.
Words of affirmation,
Acts of service,
receiving gifts, quality time.
physical touch, you know them?
Yeah, exactly.
The classics.
But here's the thing. Just because, we all know what they are,
Right.
it doesn't mean that we always get them right.
That's where it gets tricky, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you can know your partner's love language. They can know yours.
You think you've got it all figured out?
You think you've got the cheat codes?
Yeah, you did the quiz.
You ace the quiz.
You're speaking the language.
But sometimes it's like, we're still not quite understanding each other.
It's like you're speaking different dialects.
Exact.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody who speaks, like, British English, trying to talk to somebody who speaks, like,
Southern American English.
Southern American English. Yeah.
You're saying the same words, but it's not quite computing.
Exactly. And so that's what we're going to kind of dig into today.
That's the fun part.
So this isn't just going to be like, a textbook definition.
Right.
We're not going to like go through and explain like what each one is.
Yeah, you've got the basics.
Yeah, we're assuming you've been around the block.
Hmm?
You've read the books, you've taken the quizzes, but
But what happens in reality?
what happens in reality when it's like, okay, I know my partner's is acts of service.
Yeah.
But why are they not like, swooning over the fact that I just cleaned the bathroom?
That's the real question.
That's the real question.
The age-old question.
So, and we're doing this from the perspective of, personal experience.
For sure, real-life stories.
Yeah, we've got some listener stories.
These are always my favorite.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the mission here is to really kind of give you like a more realistic
A more grounded.
and maybe like funnier look at this,
Yes, let's laugh about it.
because it can be,
It can be frustrating.
it can be so frustrating, but it can also be like hilarious
Absolutely. The miscommunications, the misinterpretations,
when you look back on it.
it's comedy gold sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's jump in.
Okay, so just to like really quickly recap those love languages, we've got
Speed round.
speed round,
Let's do it.
words of affirmation, telling your partner, how much you love them.
Straightforward.
Straightforward.
Compliments, appreciation,
Compliments.
all the verbal stuff.
The verbal love.
The verbal,
Okay, then we've got acts of service.
this is my jam.
Ooh, tell me.
I love doing things for people, making their lives easier.
Yeah, so it's like if your partner's love language is acts of service, doing the dishes,
Oh, yeah, big time.
taking out the trash,
Doing the laundry, all of that.
mowing the lawn,
It speaks volumes.
speaks volumes.
It's like, I love you. Here's a clean kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, receiving gifts.
Now, this one, I think sometimes gets a little misunderstood.
Oh, tell me more.
It's not just about, like,
Yeah.
expensive things.
Right.
It's about the thoughtfulness.
Right.
The fact that you saw this thing.
And you thought of me.
Exactly. And you were like, oh, they would love this.
Yeah.
So it could be a little trinket. It could be a big thing. But it's the thought.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Okay, quality time.
This one's all about focused attention.
Yes.
Being present.
Putting down your phone.
Yes, please put down the phone.
Turning off the TV.
Eye contact.
Yeah.
Engagement.
Truly being with that person.
Deep conversations.
Yeah, it's so important.
Or even just, like, sitting on the couch, doing nothing together, but you're together.
Yeah, but you're present.
You're present.
Yeah.
You're not scrolling through Instagram.
Okay, and last but not least, physical touch.
Oh, the cuddlers.
This one's pretty self-explanatory.
Holding hands, hugs, kisses,
All the good stuff.
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are like, the basics.
Oh, I have love languages.
Yeah, but like I said, it
It gets messy.
gets real messy in real life.
Oh, it does.
So like I was saying, sometimes you can know like what each other's are, but it's still,
It doesn't quite translate.
it doesn't quite translate.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a perfect example
Ooh, story time.
from my own marriage.
Okay.
My love language is acts of service.
Okay.
Love it, love it, love it.
Make my life easier. I will love you forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Practical love.
Practical love, yes.
Yeah.
My husband's is physical touch.
Okay. Different ends of the spectrum.
Very different.
Yeah. So how does that manifest? How do those clashes happen?
Okay, well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
One Saturday morning,
Uh-oh, I feel it coming.
I decided, you know what? I'm going to show my husband how much I love him.
Okay.
I'm going to clean this house.
Okay. That's valid.
top to bottom.
Yeah, make it sparkle.
Make it sparkle. I'm talking like baseboards.
Oh, you went there.
I went there. I cleaned the baseboards.
That's
I
dedication.
cleaned the oven.
Wow.
Like, I went all out.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, he's going to walk in.
He's going to be so thrilled.
He's going to be, oh my gosh, you're amazing. I feel so loved. This is the best.
The classic acts of service recipient response.
Yes. You know me so well.
Yeah, yeah.
So he finally gets home.
Okay, the moment of truth.
I'm like practically patting myself on the back.
Yeah, you're beaming.
I'm beaming, like internally beaming, waiting for the praise.
Okay.
He walks in, he looks around,
He sees the sparkling clean
and
house.
sees the sparkling clean house, and he goes, cool, wanna cuddle.
Oh, no.
And I kid you not,
A disconnect.
my brain, I think I actually blacked out for a second.
Oh, I bet.
Because you see, to him, that was him expressing his love language.
Right. He's like, I want to be close to you. I want to connect.
Right, he's offering affection.
Yeah, and that's his way.
But my brain is going, sir, do you not see the effort?
Right. You're like, where's my parade?
Where's my parade?
Where's the appreciation for the sparkling baseboards?
I scrubbed the grout with a toothbrush.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true love right there.
But he was like completely oblivious.
Well, bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
He was trying
He was trying in his own way.
in his own way.
And it really just like highlighted for me that sometimes just knowing
The label,
the label, yeah.
it's not enough.
Isn't
We
it?
need to be more specific.
We need to be specific. We need to be fluent.
It's like love languages 2.0.
yeah. So it really became this thing of like, okay, we know the basics, but we need to be more specific.
You need to teach each other your dialects.
Exactly.
Yeah, like what does acts of service actually look like to you?
Yeah, so like instead of me just kind of like silently fuming when the kitchen was a disaster.
Right, hoping he'll pick up on the cues.
Yes. Hoping he'll pick up on the cues, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be direct.
Honesty, it's the best policy.
Honesty it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, babe, if you clean the kitchen right now, I would feel so loved.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. No more ambiguity.
No more guessing games.
No more guessing game.
And how did he respond?
He got up and he cleaned the kitchen.
See?
It was like magic.
Communication's key.
It was really like a light bulb moment.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but we often overcomplicate things.
We do. We really do.
Yeah.
And so like the flip side of that was, you know, me making an effort to like acknowledge his love language.
Even if it wasn't your favorite.
Even if it wasn't, you know, my ideal, like, you know.
Yeah, what did that look like for you? Accepting the physical touch?
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, sometimes it would be like, you know, I'm trying to like get dinner ready.
Then in the middle of something.
I'm in the middle of something and he'll come up and like, you know, want a hug.
He's like, I just want to squeeze you. You're so cute. Yeah. Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, could you maybe just like stir the pasta while you're at it?
Multitasking love.
Yeah.
But you're learning to appreciate it.
But I'm learning to appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, you're speaking his language.
Yeah.
Even if it comes with a side of, you know, not stowing the pasta.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny because
Right.
I asked our listeners
I love this part.
to send in their love language fails.
The real life stories.
Because I knew it wasn't just me.
Oh, no, this is universal.
This is universal.
This is a human experience.
And oh my gosh, the stories that we got,
bet.
they were so funny
Yeah.
and so relatable.
Go tell me everything.
Okay, so one listener wrote in about a quality time clash.
Oh, I've been there?
They were saying how their partner's idea of quality time was basically just being in the same room,
Okay.
but like silently watching TV.
Oh, no.
And they were like, that to me is not quality time. That's parallel play, not connection.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I want to talk. I want to, like, you know, interact.
Well, I'm going
Engage, yes.
Yeah.
But their partner was like, no, we're in the same room.
We're breathing the same air.
We're good. We're good.
This is quality.
They're like, no, it's not.
Oh, the miscommunication.
I know. It was just like such a classic example.
It's so common, though. Of different interpretations.
Different interpretations of the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we had another listener who wrote in about an acts of service misfire.
Oh, this is my language, so I'm intrigued.
Okay, so their partner was trying to be really sweet and thoughtful.
Yeah.
And they cleaned their car.
Okay.
Now, on the surface...
That's lovely. That sounds amazing, right?
Yeah, who doesn't love a clean car?
But they reorganized everything.
Oh, no.
And this listener was like, beside themselves because they couldn't find anything.
Oh, that's the worst.
They were like, I know where everything goes in my car.
It's your system.
It's my system, and now I'm late for work and I can't find my sunglasses.
Oh, no, the good intentions backfired.
Backfired
Oh,
spectacularly.
bless their heart.
Bless their heart.
Yeah.
And then this one
Yeah.
was like one of my favorites.
Okay, hit me with it.
Okay, so this listener, their love language was, or their partner's love language was receiving gifts,
Okay.
and they went all out.
Oh, they went big.
They went big. They spent a lot of money,
Okay.
got like, the most like extravagant gift they could think of.
They put a lot of thought into it.
So much thought into it.
Yeah.
But what their partner really wanted
What they really craved.
was a handwritten note.
Yeah.
Like they just wanted something heartfelt and handwritten.
A little sentiment.
A little sentiment, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, the gifts was great, but
It didn't hit the same way.
it didn't hit the same way as like a genuine handwritten note.
It's the personal touch.
It really is.
Yeah. And it just shows that, like, even within
category.
the broader categories, there are like all these little nuances.
Absolutely. It's the dialects.
Yeah.
Like with words of affirmation, you could say, oh, you look nice.
Right.
But if you say, wow, that shirt really brings out the color of your eyes,
Yeah.
you're being specific.
You're paying attention.
You're paying attention.
You're being intentional.
And that lands differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you really see me?
Exactly. You see the details.
Yeah.
So even within those categories, it's about figuring out what resonates.
Yeah. It's like we
Yeah.
need like a love language translator sometimes.
We need a Rosetta Stone
Yes.
for love.
Rosetta Stone for love.
I love that.
But yeah, so I mean, I think like the moral of the story here is that
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
love languages are a great like
Starting point. Framework.
framework.
A way to start thinking about things.
But it's not the be all end all.
No, it's the beginning of the conversation.
It's like
It's the spark.
yeah, and then like the real magic happens when you realize like, okay, my partner speaks this love language.
But they speak a specific dialect.
They speak a specific dialect.
Yeah.
And I need to learn that dialect.
It's about being a student of your partner,
Yes.
paying attention,
Paying attention.
noticing what makes them light up,
What makes them feel loved.
what makes them feel seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like that's what we really want you to kind of like think about today.
Take this with you.
Take this with you.
Yeah.
What is your love language?
And how does it show up in your relationships?
Yeah, and have you ever had like any funny misunderstandings?
Or maybe not so funny at the time, but looking back, you can laugh about it.
Yeah. Yeah, where it's like, oh, I was totally missing the mark.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've all been there.
Share those stories.
Yeah, share those stories.
It helps us all learn
It does.
and connect.
Yeah. So as you're thinking about that,
Yeah.
here's like one final thought.
Okay.
We've talked about the 5 love languages,
The framework.
the framework,
Yeah.
but really
A real key.
it all comes down to
Communication.
communication,
Yeah.
being open to learning
Learning your partner's dialect
your partner's dialect
and teaching them yours.
and teaching them yours, being willing to like, try new things.
So step outside of your comfort zone.
Step outside of your comfort zone.
Because sometimes what feels natural to us
Yeah.
might not land the same way for our
It
partner,
doesn't land the same way.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
So keep the conversation going.
Keep the conversation going.
Be curious.
Be curious.
And most importantly, have fun with it.
have fun with it. Yeah.
It's love. It's supposed to be enjoyable.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And that's it for today.
That's our deep dive.
That's our deep dive into love languages.
The messy, hilarious, real-life version.
Yes, the real life version.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.
See you later.